Let me paint a picture for you. Envision a home, a place where the aroma of Sunday dinner fills the halls, where laughter from siblings echoes through the rooms, where parents help with homework. This is what home looked like for me growing up. And with 5 brothers and sisters, it was never a dull moment. And home is where we could be our true and authentic selves. Home is also where we continue to gather, celebrate milestones, and create new memories together. Now imagine that home slipping further and further from reach as housing and rental costs soar beyond what hardworking families can afford. This is the reality faced by too many in our community. Affordable housing isn't just about the bricks and mortar. It's about dignity, stability, and the promise of a better tomorrow. It's about ensuring that no one is left behind struggling to make ends meet in a city they call home. In a perfect world, everyone in our community will pay 30% or less of their income on housing. That is essentially what affordable housing means. The 2022 American Community Survey conducted by the Census Bureau states that in Chatham County, the median income for households is about $64,000. This is the median. So there are households making more and many making less. In Chatham County, 16.5% of people are considered to be impoverished, according to the 2020 census. We know that people are struggling, and the big part of their struggle is the amount of money they are paying for housing. So now imagine a family or individual who is making less than the median income. This could be your child's teacher, our first responders, or our hospitality industry workers who support our thriving tourism industry. The average rent in Savannah far exceeds the 30% affordability threshold, leaving that family or individual you're envisioning housing cost burden. Being housing cost burden and housing insecure can cause so many unintended consequences. Consequences like food insecurity. A 2014 study in the Journal of Housing Economics found that households spending more than 30% of their income on housing are often left at a crossroads, whether to put food on their table or pay their rent or mortgage. A parent should never be put in the situation to make that decision. Not only the parents, but the children. In 2019, the Urban Institute reported that households behind on their rent or with a history of multiple moves can lead to negative health outcomes for children and will impact how well they do in school. This is the impact when we do not have enough affordable housing options for our low to moderate community members. So prioritizing affordable housing isn't just about providing shelter. It's about ensuring the overall well-being and stability of our community members. So, in our pursuit of affordable housing solutions, it's imperative we recognize the pressing need for more housing options to increase the supply in the market. That's where concepts like missing middle and gentle density come into play. These innovative approaches to urban planning are precisely what our communities need to diversify our housing options to expand our housing supply. Gentle density means incorporating medium density housing types, such as small-scale apartment buildings and quadplexes. We not only fulfill the demand for affordable housing, but we also foster more inclusive and dynamic communities. Missing middle means diversifying our housing options to include residential types that are missing, like duplexes, triplexes, or multi-residential houses. So, in our quest for change, let us confront the myths that shroud the issue of affordable housing and understand that NIMBYism, not in my backyard, is hindering our growth. Some people may think putting affordable housing in their neighborhood is going to decrease their property value. In actuality, a 2022 Urban Institute study reported that affordable housing units significantly increased property values in low and high income neighborhoods in Alexandria, Virginia. Mixed income neighborhoods not only benefit our low to moderate community members, but also our high income neighbors. In 2013, the Urban Institute reported that living in mixed income developments leads to residents gaining a better understanding of each other's cultures and backgrounds. So it's not just about economic diversity. It's about fostering an environment where people from all walks of life can come together, learn from one another, and develop empathy. Because life be lifing. You also might think, yes, okay, we need more affordable housing, but that's not my problem, or the responsibility falls solely on the government. Well, y'all, it's a shared endeavor that requires the collective effort of all stakeholders. There's so much to zoning as it is right now. Our current zoning ordinance is about 350 pages long, and it essentially dictates how land can be used within the city. To get something rezoned involves an extensive set of procedures and fees overseen by the Metropolitan Planning Commission and their board. A couple months ago, I went to a Savannah Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. This board handles zoning variances, different from rezoning, but what exactly is a zoning variance? A variance is like a permission slip for property owners to bend the rules of zoning regulations, which dictates things like building height, lot size, and setbacks. Variances can be given for that, but it all depends. I attended the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting where there was a heated discussion about an accessory dwelling unit application, an ADU. It was one of the first of its kind under the new ordinance language, and the neighbors opposing this ADU to be built had some valid points. The process began about 6 months prior, involving navigating through multiple boards and applications. Fast forward to when I was at this meeting, and given the unique nature of the application, the process understandably took some time. And patience pays off. After some discussion and consideration, the ADU project got the green light. Here's the thing, though. There's so much uncertainty involved in these applications. You see, to even get to the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting, you're appealing decisions staff has already made, and you've spent over $600 in fees. Imagine if they weren't approved. The property owner would be out hundreds or thousands of dollars. It's a risky business, but when it moves in the right direction. Do y'all know where these are? Yes, right here in our community. Well, guess what? Our current zoning would not allow for the same duplex or mid-rise quadruplexes to be built because this area is currently zoned for residential single-family only. So somewhere between the early 1900s, when most of these were built, and now, there was a huge change in what our community wanted or needed. In the present scenario, if these beautiful homes were to face any unfortunate incident or extreme damage, like a fire or a hurricane, the prospect of rebuilding them would present an uphill battle. Navigating the bureaucratic hurdles would resemble a daunting maze. From grappling with the layers of red tape, to adhering to the city's zoning code, to undergoing multiple rounds of examination by various boards, the journey to rezone the lots would undoubtedly entail considerable time, effort, and expense. And the outcome is still left in a state of uncertainty. It's a stark reminder of the disconnect between what is possible and what is permitted. Examples like these multi-residential houses in Savannah, which are indistinguishable from single-family homes, is gentle density. And they highlight the potential of these innovative housing solutions to seamlessly integrate into existing neighborhoods. Why is missing middle developments important? Well, imagine you're a business owner in Savannah. Your workforce needs housing, affordable, accessible housing that allows them to live close to where they work. When you advocate for policies that support missing middle housing, you're not only investing in the well-being of your community members, but you're also investing in your business and strengthening the local economy. When workers can live near their place of employment, commute times decrease, people like their jobs more, and productivity soars. Sounds like a win-win situation for everyone involved. Amidst the complexities and challenges, it's crucial to acknowledge that we are not in this by ourselves. Many communities across the nation have taken incremental steps in their zoning to create more housing. Short Elliott Hendrickson, SEH, is a consulting firm known for their innovative projects, like the Prairie Queen Missing Middle Housing Neighborhood Development in Papillion, Nebraska. It's not your typical cookie-cutter neighborhood. It's a melting pot of housing options. This neighborhood features 500 units, including small and large duplexes, quadplexes, triplexes, fiveplexes, apartments, and townhomes. More of the story, it's possible, and we need to advocate for evolution in our zoning. As a community, we must be willing to take a risk and recognize that perfection should not be the enemy of progress. If we join forces with municipal government, developers, and community members, we create neighborhoods that we need. And when we leave behind the not in my backyard mindset and embrace a collective vision, we create neighborhoods we want. If we all work together to overcome obstacles, we can create a lasting change. When we do that, we dismantle the barriers that divide us, and we recognize that housing affordability is not an economic or a political issue. It's a moral imperative. I'm reminded of the words of former President Barack Obama. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change we seek. So what is the change you wish to see in our community? Let us pledge to remove the barriers that stand in the way of progress. It's time for each of us to embrace our roles as architects of change, to raise our voices, to challenge the status quo, and to demand a future where housing is not a privilege, but a fundamental human right. Because home is where we grow our roots and find our wings. Thank you.